welcome Dr. Venom and Eric Needham from the Venomous television productions. Thanks for coming along to talk to us today.
Oh, pleasure, Karen. You're looking absolutely stunning today, I must say.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Beautiful dress that you're wearing. Chinese, I think?
Chinese, yes. Chinese theme.
Excellent. Excellent.
And of course, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today because you're going to be talking about natural history filming amongst other things, aren't you?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to talk about the company that we have set up, Venomous Media Productions.
And we have a very short video of Venomous Media Productions that we're going to see right now. Careful when you're walking in the countryside, that's what I say. And could you tell us a little bit about the company,
yes,
the
of
production
course.
company?
Well, I mean, the company is an innovative and a new company specialising in the filming of natural history, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to specialise more with predatory animals and venomous animals because we think that this is an area that is underexplored, and we need to look further at it from a scientific point of view and from an ecological. The past couple of decades, film producers have been changing their ways of recording wildlife. They've been getting closer to animals, getting further into their habitats and using more sophisticated equipment to do this. And we believe in adapting to these market conditions, but always upholding our main principles, which is respecting the natural world at all costs and upholding our stance on conservation.
Okay, that's the philosophy.
That's correct. Well, as you saw from that small demo, and I don't think we had any technical hitches there. I think that went almost smoothly.
It went very smoothly. It was very well done.
Yes, the productions that we're working on, one of the productions that we are working on at the moment is, as we saw at the end of that clip, is Go Wild in Spain, which is going to cover a lot of the wildlife here in Andalusia, and there's a lot of interesting animals found here that a lot of the holidaymakers who come here don't really know that much about.
They're not aware of them, are they?
And the other program that we are working on here in Andalusia is Dangerous Animals on Holiday. I'm referring to the animals, not...
They come from the UK.
Exactly. This is going to be a series of programs looking at popular holiday destinations and what actually lies behind them. The actual venomous animals and dangerous animals that people usually overlook and don't really see when they're on holiday, but they don't really know that these animals exist. Of course, there are certain animals that we are always aware of, such as mosquitoes, but we even look at animals such as the mosquitoes in further detail and what risks they do actually pose to us.
Which I think are great. They're great risks.
And of course, we have various projects online, which Venomous Media Productions also produces music videos, original music and books. We are some of the projects that are going to be coming up and that we are actually going to be working on. One of these is actually the origin of the species. And this is going to look at the evolutionary processes of development of insects and arachnids, which are believed to be some of the earliest animals to take the transition from water to land.
Yeah.
And some of the first animals to do this were giant sea scorpions.
And
which weren't that much different to this horseshoe crab, this modern horseshoe crab, or king crab, as it is also known. This specimen is from the Philippines. Was actually the inspiration for the facehuggers in the movie Aliens.
Oh, really?
But these horseshoe crabs aren't actually crabs, they are actually related to the arachnids, and shows various factors how arachnids evolved from marine animals into the terrestrial animals of typical features that we would have had in early scorpions. And we can see...
Oh no, the dead man's chest.
The dead man's chest. We can see from modern day scorpions that they have not changed too much. They are very similar to how they used to be. And scorpions, like many different arachnids that we are going to explore in our videos, are one of the more primitive arachnids.
Okay, right.
But there are, of course, many insects as well that are quite primitive, such as cockroaches.
Yes,
and
they've been going forever.
The interesting thing about insects is that they have changed so little. We have here, for example, insects in amber, and we have mosquitoes and ants and various other insects, which I'm sure the camera won't be able to pick up due to their size. But these are up to 90 million years old, and we have some amber that is 60 million years old, and these animals are very similar morphologically to ants and flies and mosquitoes of today.
I can see some of the mosquitoes in that one there.
So it's amazing, because if you consider it from an evolutionary process, humans have developed from ape-like animals into what we are today in less than 500,000 years. And these insects and spiders haven't changed over many hundreds of years, millions of years. So it's an amazing evolutionary process.
Spiders are the same, are they? They haven't changed too much?
Yes, I mean, some of the most primitive spiders are found in Malaysia from the genus Lephistius, which are kind of a trapdoor spider. However, modern spiders, or araneomorphs, tend to be a more modern spider and are newer forms of arachnids compared to the more ancient scorpions. Yes, is the world's most deadliest spiders. And that's going to be quite interesting, because it's also going to be part of a television documentary which will be ready for broadcast next year. And it's going to cover all of the world's most deadliest spiders, and also a lot more natural history and interesting facts about them that people didn't know before. But I have the short straw in this, because I'm going to be handling a lot of the deadly animals and deadly spiders in this case on the video when we film them, in order to see the size and morphological features of them more closely compared to humans, and exactly how aggressive they are and what dangers they pose. A member of the recluse spider, the violin spider, is a common spider found here in southern Spain, actually. And this spider, the venom of this spider, which is cytotoxic, causes dermal damage. It causes ulceration of the skin, basically. And it's a very common small brown spider that we probably see in our houses, and we don't realise what it is.
Okay.
And one of the things that we are looking at is the myths behind spiders and arachnids, and arachnophobia, which is one of the biggest phobias in the world. And we will be actually speaking to people with the phobia and why they believe that they might have this phobia, and what causes this phobia, and overcoming this phobia with human guinea pigs. And we'll see that this phobia is easily overcome, whereas you wouldn't have dreamed of actually picking up a giant spider, and yet you've done it on a live previous program, haven't you?
This is true.
And you're going to do it again now, aren't you? Yes. If you just hold out your hand just completely flat over the table.
Okay, here we go.
You'll find that it's going to, the colour of the spider just contrasts perfectly with your beautiful dress. And you'll see that it's absolutely wonderful sensation handling these spiders, and that is different. Can you feel that? It's completely light, isn't it?
It's very light, and quite warm as well. Yeah. Quite warm.
So have you felt a sensation like that before, ever?
No.
So it's something completely different, isn't it? But it's not...
It's surprisingly light, very surprisingly light.
But it's not as fearful as you would have imagined if you hadn't have handled that spider.
This is true. I was just hoping it wasn't wasn't going to get upset about leaving my hand and bite me.
This one's one of our friendlier spiders, which are used to human contact. However, they're not all friendly.
No.
And we have some very, let's say, aggressive baboon spiders that we will be featuring on the programme.
Baboon spiders?
Yes.
Right. And are they quite big then?
We have the king baboon spider is one of the biggest spiders in the world, and you're talking about a leg span of around 8 to 9 inches.
Oh my goodness.
And this is one of the spiders that we'll be looking at. But we'll also be looking at the world's largest spider, which is the Goliath bird-eating spider, and this will comfortably span your dinner plate. Oh. However, the most venomous spider, or one of the most deadliest spiders in the world, also has the largest venom glands. And the venom glands of this much smaller spider are actually larger than that of the largest spider in the world, which is the Goliath. So that's interesting.
Yes, yeah.